What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Trey back again on the video, and yeah, we need to go ahead and address this topic because I've been seeing a lot of folks say that certain players shouldn't get in the Hall of Fame because they didn't contribute like this superstar player and that superstar player. Because the dialogue around role players that actually contribute to winning and like success on multiple teams, it gets like blurred out for some reason. It's because it's this high standard of NBA players that's made the Hall of Fame. Well, first off, let's address Gilbert Arenas' point. Well, he said just everybody, every superstar should automatically get into the Hall of Fame if you have when we say a long prime, you won championships, you have multiple accolades, and he feel like the role players, like they should like have like a other like select team, like a select team type feel, where he just demote the role players to that. And I'm like, I'm trying to like gauge what he's coming at. And then we also have a quote from Lou Will saying he and Jamal Crawford should be Hall of Famers because of what they contribute to the game and basically win success, like I just mentioned. So where I stand though is role players definitely should be in the Hall of Fame, and not everybody can like start on a team. So let's get that out the way. Everybody cannot start on a team. Like for example, Manu Ginobili, who started fewer games than Jamal Crawford, was an outstanding Six-Man of the Year candidate almost every year. Goated playmaker, was ahead of his time. Basically, him and Wade, I believe he brought the Eurostep to the U.S. and then Dwayne Wade, he spanned it on it and he was using it effectively. But yeah, Ginobili, he was the Six-Man of the Year candidate. But guess what? Just because he didn't start doesn't mean he wasn't the third best player on the team. That's just not the case at all. It's just certain folks just sacrifice because their skill set, like for example Ginobili, Lou Will, and Jamal Crawford, their skill set's not going like intersect with the starting lineup. Like for example, Manu Ginobili, when he decided to take the bench role, he took the bench role because like there was other players that fit the lineup. I'm trying to think. It was like Tony Parker, like Bruce Bowen. I forgot who was the shooting guard. I forgot who was the shooting guard. It was like him, Tony Parker. I believe Ginobili did start around this time. But the point being that Ginobili, like down the line in his career, once they got more talent, like for example, like Dan Green, like Gary Neal, Boris Diaw, he took a bench role. Now, was he like worse than those guys? I believe he was still better than guys like Danny Green and Gary Neal. He's literally, you could say he was fighting for second and third best on that team by far. And then we go to 2018-19 where Lou Will was clearly the best player on the team. Well, I wouldn't say clearly. It was him between Montrez and him. And Montrez came off the bench as well that season. So, yeah, that 2018-19 Clippers team was not like favored to go to the playoffs at all. Lou Will and Montrez, with him in that pick and roll, they definitely led the Clippers to the playoffs. And guess what? They came off the bench. That doesn't mean they wasn't the best players on that team. And then we go to like the Lob City Clippers era with Chris Paul, JJ Redick, I don't know, the small forward they choosing. Like I don't know, they had a bunch of small forwards like Dudley, Turkoglu, Paul Pierce even started a couple games. Trying to see, it was like a bunch of small forwards during that time, and neither one of those guys, including JJ Redick, by the way, wasn't better than Jamal Crawford on that team. Now you could say their skill sets probably best suited like a Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan type lineup, because Jamal Crawford, once he come in the game, or Lou Will, or Manu Ginobili, they're going to make their impact on the ball. Like, they're going to try like either score or try, find others. Like, that will not mix well with a Chris Paul lineup. With Chris Paul, his best skill set is to dominate the ball, is to be the facilitator on the team. He try to look for shooters. He try to make sure the folks running the set properly. That's his job, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't get behind the terminology of the best players going to start every time. And then we go to the Warriors era when they was winning championships. Who won Finals MVP in 2015? Andre Iguodala. Who decided that it was best interest that they try to put Iguodala in the lineup to try to disrupt LeBron that year? And Iguodala, you could say he was like the fourth best player on the team. It was like Curry. You could say like Clay or Draymond. Then you have Iguodala or Harrison Barnes or Bogut. Like Iguodala was clearly the top 5 player on the team. And guess what? He didn't start. Then we go along. We go to the 1920 Lakers. The starting lineup was like LeBron, Danny Green, KCP. Then we had like AD and JaVale McGee. And guess what? The best perimeter defender on the team that year was Alex Caruso. And Alex Caruso did not start that year. But I can consider him a top 5 player on the team just based off his defense. Now, you telling me right here, right now, that Caruso's skill set as a perimeter on-ball defender wasn't better than JaVale McGee rim protection? Well, JaVale McGee, he was barely rim protecting because it's just in certain spots he could not get over it quick enough to handle a driving guard or a wing or something like that. That's why Caruso, once they put him in the starting lineup in Game 6 of the 2020 Finals, they blew the Heat out. Even it was no secret. It was no coincidence to that because Caruso, he could fit Caruso and these other role players. You could say Draymond. You could say Dennis Rodman. You could say multiple role players. These wasn't guys that started on teams consistently. No, well, in Draymond and Dennis Rodman case they did, but the rest of these guys, no, they did not start on these teams. But they definitely has an argument for being the top 5 best player on their team. So yeah, starting lineups is not an indicator in my opinion for who's the best and who's not the best because it's just certain skill sets match better with the starting 5 compared to that person coming off the bench and being that spark plug that the team needs. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Role players definitely deserve to be in the Hall of Fame if they contribute to winning year in year out, and they wasn't like a let me see, who's a role player that I probably would consider a Hall of Famer. It's a couple like Raja Bell. I believe Sean Marion should make the Hall of Fame. I believe Joakim Noble should make the Hall of Fame. I believe, like I mentioned, Jamal Crawford, Lou Will. But yeah, guys like Raja Bell though, they're well, you can say Derek Fisher. I'm trying to see. Jason Terry has a case for making the Hall of Fame too. Let me see. I'm trying to think right now. Also, a guy like Tyson Chandler, for example, he has an argument to be in the Hall of Fame as well. He was a DPOY. Then he was a key. The year before that, he was a key contributor to a finals team. That, in my opinion, if you can do that, if you can be a key contributor on a playoff team year in year out, you a Hall of Famer in my book. Let me see the Thunder. Who do they have? Like a guy like Serge Ibaka, I'm not sure. Well, he also won a championship. He was a key contributor, so I could say him. Steven Adams, folks will probably see Steven Adams as a Hall of Famer. Andrew Bogut probably won't be considered a Hall of Famer, even though I believe he has a like a marginal case. Probably not a strong case, but it's like marginal at best. So yeah, those are my. I'm trying to think of a couple more before I get up out of here. You know, a guy like Heo Turkoglu, I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame. Rashard Lewis. Trying to see. Now, if they first ballot, now that doesn't matter to me. If they at least get in, that's what matters the most. I don't care if they first ballot, because guys like the superstars deserve to be first ballot. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's all the guys I can think of right now. See, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy Trail, and I'm out.